Okay, so our next guest is
Bridget Drummond.
Okay, cool. Welcome. Please let us know I guess you already said your name, but your pronouns and your official job title, and tell us a little bit about what you do, what your job is, what your day-to-day life is at work.
Okay. Bridget Drummond, my pronouns are she, her.
Okay.
I'm a product manager at Accenture.
Okay.
And on a day-to-day basis, I work with development teams to build new enhancements to websites and work with the business teams to come up with what their requirements and what their user experience changes are that they want to introduce.
Okay. What is that? What is the significance of that relating to the gala and relating to the tech centers and their relationship to communities and all that?
So I think it was about 3 years ago. I was working closely with the Teen Tech Centers because Accenture was introducing a new application developer program at 3 of the Teen Tech Centers in the Minneapolis area. And so I thought it was a great opportunity to introduce high school students to technology and start their training on what it is to become a developer. A lot of kids, I think, don't know how to get into it or like what type of jobs there are.
100%.
A lot of their parents don't do that type of job. My parents don't. They don't know what technology is.
What do you suggest for the teens who are wanting to do these things or who are maybe exposed to these jobs in high school? What would you suggest for them to learn more about it, get into it, start doing these things at that level?
Well, there's a lot of online training that they can do, and a lot of it is free. They just have to kind of initiate that curiosity to search for it. So Salesforce has some free trainings that are really good. And then actually YouTube has a ton of developer type training classes and Agile, like the way the development teams manage their work. So you can learn a lot about the processes and kind of what a day in the life of a developer does is by just watching some of these YouTube trainings that are free. So
that makes sense.
Get a feel if it's interesting. You don't want to go to college or start a job at something that you hate on the first day. So I think finding out a little bit more and talking to people is a great way to learn more and see if it's the right fit.
100%.
So, what do you feel the significance is of teaching teens and the younger generations about technology and how to use technology?
Well, I think it's just a great career opportunity. There's so many pathways that it can lead to. So, like I said, I'm a product manager. I went to school to be a developer, but I didn't like doing the actual software development. But I love working with businesses and with development teams, so I get kind of a little bit of both worlds of the ideas and the creativity that the business teams come up with when they're building a new website or creating a new user experience. And then I also like kind of the geeky tech side of things, working with the dev teams to see how it all happens, because your computer doesn't think on its own. It only does what the developers tell it to do. So putting those details into place is really kind of exciting in my mind.
What can you speak to, if you feel comfortable, about being a woman in the workplace, specifically in more of a technological and, I don't know, geeky, as you said, atmosphere for work?
I mean, companies are obviously doing a lot more intentional hiring, so we're trying to even out the balance between the men and the women in the workforce. I will still be in meetings where all the developers are men.
Right.
And so you just, you have to think of yourself as an equal. You can't think of yourself as they know more than me.
Yes.
So keeping that mindset of like, I am doing the same work as them, I know as much as them, and if anything, I would say the women are a little more organized.
Okay.
Which is why we, I don't know, maybe lean towards more of the management role versus the developer role.
I felt that.
At the same time, there's a lot of really smart developer women out there that
100%.
love their jobs. So
100%.
whatever fits your personality.
So, being that you work in the tech industry, how do you feel about AI? Like, what do you think, and how do you feel, like, what do you think that means for jobs?
Yeah.
For you?
I think I think you have to learn how to use it, right? So it enhances your job and creates space for you to broaden your skills and let the computers do the mundane, like let them do their job. So I was doing a training yesterday and they were talking about, when you ask or when you do your chat prompts and you're like, tell me how to create this recipe as a Michelin star chef. If you reverse it and you're like, tell me how to create a meal that a really, diverse eater person, reverse it as the customer.
Okay.
And ask the AI prompt what a customer, what your reverse role might be. So don't ask it how to do your job, but ask it how your customers would want to have that experience.
I've heard about. I was just talking about that with a colleague about using that for like human resources and stuff like that.
So it's like you still are the subject matter expert. You're going to do your job the way that you do your job. But if you can get insight without having to go and interview 100 customers, and it can take that data because it's learning all the time, then that just saves you time and money and gives you a better level of, opportunity to serve your customers than they would want to.
Right. Okay. Well, thank you for answering some of our questions. It was wonderful to meet you.
Thank you.
Hope you enjoy the rest of the gala, and hopefully we'll see you around and be able to speak again.
All right.
No,
Thank you.
Thanks for your time.